Corpus Christi, an 83-56 win over Trinity in their opener the other night. They're a fascinating case study because they play fast, they score a ton of points, but they don't shoot or make a ton of threes outside of Gibson. Miller had it partially blocked. Yigitoglu underneath, a miss from point-blank range. Powering up and in, Corey Washington, and that's that X factor that he brings to the table.
Big guard, but there you see him in the trenches, an exceptional rebounder has had.
SMU applying some pressure, a long heave out near midcourt. Bumping and banging, and Yigitoglu with the denial underneath.
The Islanders have done a terrific job of sitting on top of and clogging the paint to take away rim rolls from the bigs.
Gibson turning the corner, and we've played over 2.5 minutes, 5 combined points. It's a sluggish, sloppy start. Gibson, a high-arcing three is an air ball. Half hook is through for Williams.
Again, the extra effort plays. That's what Corpus Christi hangs their hat on. Effort, going to get it, being a tough, hard-nosed program. And you can see an example of that right there.
Pick and roll underneath. Third missed layup at the rim for SMU. Islanders want to push. Corner three, Gibson is money. Gibson, rise and fire, blocked by Washington. Miller, long two.
Yeah, that's one of the things he does well. He goes up and gets rebounds, whether on the offensive side or defensive side of the ball.
He's a high-energy guy, and here he is taking out the trash.
Yeah, just an irreplaceable. And the big thing for Corpus Christi is being able to sustain what they've done so far.
Nice pass and the finish from Holmes, the assist, Pierre Jr.
As you get to higher levels, your approach has to be just as good as your talent. And when his approach matches his talent is when, again, he'll take off.
A dunk underneath from Yigitoglu, the assist, Edwards. 2-point lead for the road Texas A&M-Corpus Christi Islanders. Dashing baseline, hanging, +1. Knows the state well. He was an assistant at Texas State, Tarleton State, among others. And the sweeping scooper from the big man on the interior gives Texas A&M-Corpus Christi a 6-point cushion.
Played a lot behind the perimeter only. They haven't really gotten inside of the three-point line to make plays.
Hook pass, downhill, nice move, and the finish from Michelini Jackson.
I said this earlier, what happens, the more and more you can play well, the more belief you create to think that, hey, we can go on the road, we can figure this out. Like, this game plan is working, Coach.
O'Neal Jr. from the top, he hits the dot. First SMU 3 of the night.
Longtime NBA All-Star for the Indiana Pacers. Jermaine O'Neal Jr. is a talented prospect.
Corner three, up and in. O'Neal Jr. pulls it out of the pack. SMU has numbers. Washington, extra pass and a double-fisted +1 dunk from Yigitoglu. Is the idea with the zone to try and limit some of that dribble penetration Coach was concerned about?
Yeah, it's just kind of giving a different look. Coach was talking about this actually in shoot-around too. Some teams are good against zone, some teams are good against man. You don't always know.
He's got 9 points, 4 rebounds in his 8 minutes, and he gets a breather.
Yeah, SMU staying in the matchup zone.
Teardrop from Torbor.
Yeah, the zone has been good to them. Just kind of, again, not letting Corpus Christi be comfortable. Sometimes early in the year, you don't have much of a zone offense or understanding how to play against zones. Just the second game. But here you do understand how to get on the floor and play gritty basketball. What Corpus Christi has done all night long, leading to that.
A three from Yetna.
Well, just the takeaways. They're more aggressive to the 50-50 balls. Any ball that could go either way, they are going to get it and taking it and then making something happen with it.
SMU needs a spark. The big soft touch from Holmes, the half hook. Yigitoglu one-on-one gives it up. 8 to shoot. Miller leaning, that's pretty.
This is where it's Miller time.
They hoist a three. Barely scrapes the rim. Offensive rebound erased by Yigitoglu.
Yeah, 2 of the last 14. They've missed 0 of their last 9 shots. That's where the defense is really kicking in. And there you see the transition bucket. Little left-handed scoop. Again, the defense is starting to pick up, which definitely helps you settle into the game and get your offense going. SMU's run continues.
Nice cut in the feed, the finish. Dashing baseline, a turnover. SMU can run. Hop step from Pierre. And the Islanders take it away.
See if they can get one more basket or 2 points on the board before the half.
Could be the difference between a 3-possession deficit or a 2-possession halftime deficit. A 3 is nails. Shimmy shank. Gibson has it denied by Walters. SMU pushing tempo. They gallop ahead and they lay it in with Washington on the finish. Pushes their lead to 6. Top of the key 3 is down from Sheldon Williams. Had 9 double-doubles a year ago for the Shockers. A huge game in a primetime spot against Memphis.
Well, this is where B.J. Edwards has not had an imprint on this game on either side of the ball. They needed that bucket from him. Let's see if Coach Shaw came up with that zone offense from Coach Bree.
This is where SMU made their run when they went to the zone. Miss underneath, but powering it through Sheldon Williams on the follow. O'Neal spots for a 3. That's an air bank.
Yeah, it started with the bonus in the last 5 minutes of the first half, and now they're in the bonus for 13 minutes. But speaking of, he gets the hoop and the harm, the spin cycle.
Jetting baseline, they fling it around the horn. Parker with the left. Washington pulls it down. 6 to shoot. Sidestep 3, around and out. SMU lead pass. This could be showtime. Pierre with the hammer.
You know what it can bring, and sometimes you need a play like this to get you going, and that is not quite LeBron James with the
6-point lead for the Mustangs.
Yeah, just 2 possessions. Again, you want to separate from your opponent, and if you're Corpus, you want to keep it tight. Big possessions here.
Pierre, lock and load, a 3, buckets. 9-point lead for the Mustangs. Yigitoglu with the height and the soft touch.
Just need one of those to break the lid off the basket so you can get a little more confidence, and there's the one we just spoke about.
With that make, they're 5 for 20.
This changes down the stretch, and some players make some plays, but they don't care how well they shoot it. They just figure out this need one more point than the other team.
Next one's going in. Corner 3, there it is from D.A. Houston. Pierre's rebuttal is short, and Houston fueling the break. Stop and start, hanging. Lost it out of bounds. Last touched by a Mustang. It will stay on this end. This is a big possession with less than 7 to go, and Corpus Christi within 4.
Well, they're now in the bonus as well, so any foul, any contact, wide open layup. Here we got a ball game, ladies and gentlemen.
Islanders out front. Houston for the lead. Wide right, and Pierre snatches it away for SMU.
Yeah, the matchup zone kind of saving the day again for SMU.
Miller, step back. That is a big shot for the Mustangs. Just his second made field goal. He has 9 points tonight. Down low, Williams is blocked. And Miller draws a foul. Heady play by the point guards.
8 offensive rebounds. You talk about will and tenacity.
Miller's 3s off the mark. There's number 17 for Williams.
He's been a grown man in this one. He's got an open 3. He made one earlier. Can he do it again? He does.
Gets the bounce. Even at 53. Underneath Pierre, Baker's through.
Yes, the 3-point shooting is not going to be their strength this season, but the defense is going to have to be just like that.
Miller off and running. Pierre looking for the dagger. Well, it took almost 39 minutes, but SMU with a transition 3.
But you also have to give credit to SMU. You have to be able to win in different ways if you're going to win. They had 17 wins last year. If you want to get to that 20-win mark, which is often a mark you need, Great shot in the corner by their best shooter.
Miller drive and kick after he draws a crowd, and Edwards with the money ball. Our final score from Dallas, SMU 69, Texas A&M-Corpus Christi 58.